Nsalmilkom, buongiorno, then again, ġrejta jim minna l-wara. I ran here. Now I'm getting used to running.
Very good.
Yes. First of all, good day, good morning.
Good morning. Bonjour.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Again, I look forward to this day on Thursday where I have you, because most of my viewers are waiting for the slot. And today, as I refer to you lightly and slightly, I want to talk to you about expectations. Moreover, after reading around 75% of your book.
You read it?
Yeah,
Good.
of course I did. And I listened a bit to what you were saying as well, regarding what to expect when you don't expect.
Yeah.
In all, of course, in all sectors of life. What's your take on that?
What to expect when you don't expect? You know, I mean, I did a big talk on expectations. I thought it was a very important topic. Yeah. I mean, there's two types of expectations, I think, what you expect of others and what you expect of yourself. When it comes to others, what I expect nothing. I mean, in truth, it's best to expect nothing when it comes to others, in all aspects, for me, I guess, in my own opinion. When you give to someone, you give for the sake of giving, for the sake of, you know, your own heart, your own reasons, your own, you know, desires, without ever expecting something in return. Because when you expect something in return, you're not giving, you know, purely from your heart. You're purely giving just to get something in return, which I think is really wrong. When you expect of yourself, I think it's important to expect it all.
That was my next question. I was going to ask you, but then, what do you expect out of yourself?
Yeah, everything. Anything. All
But why
things.
are we wired this way? I mean, I am like that, honestly, you know me now.
The
I
same.
don't expect anything out of anyone.
Right.
I give without expecting nothing in return, and truly, I don't want nothing in return,
But you
because
never
I
get
believe...
hurt that way. You don't get disillusioned, or you don't get let down if you...
No, because I believe that when you give,
Yeah.
you have to just give, and that's it. I mean, if I have this feeling, everything starts and departs from emotions. If I am emotionally challenged, and I don't know, I think that you need something material, which money can buy. Let's put it into a material aspect. And I buy it for you. I don't expect you to return the favor.
Right. No.
But most people are not like
No,
that.
right. But, I mean, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I mean, to say why we're wired that way, I don't know. I think it's something that you just grow up with. I think it's maybe lessons that you've learned, you know. I mean, maybe when you were young, you did things. I don't know. Maybe,
No.
I mean, who knows? Like, who knows? I mean, maybe, I think I did when I was younger. I expected, you know, if I did good things, I would get good things in return. As maybe when I was younger, I saw it that way. And I learned the lesson. But when you do give without expecting, you're never really let down. Because if someone does not return anything, you weren't expecting anything anyway. So it's not like you're surprised or shocked. So, I mean, I think that's, you know, I think that's a good way of being. I think others that give and expect something in return are looking to feel fulfilled themselves. So that's why they're giving. It's like, listen, I'm going to give this to you just so that you can let me know that I'm a good person. Because I need to feel validated in who I am, because I don't feel confident enough in myself to look at myself and say, oh, I mean, I'm good as I am. I need to feel good because you say I feel that I'm good, or I need to feel valued because you say I'm valued. And I think to get that, we have to pay for it. That's the thinking. So, you know, if I go into a shop and I buy something, I get something in return. So I'm going to give you money, and in return for that money, I'm going to get a product. And that's typical. And I think we do that when it comes to each other and what we do for each other. I'm not like that. I mean, and as I said, I'm not like that because people will let you down. I mean, we're human, and we do that. We let each other down. We don't always, you know, understand what another person needs. We're maybe not even in a position or capable of giving back what another person wants in return. So, you know, I mean, we're going to get let down. So in respect to that, I don't hold anybody accountable to the things that I need back. The things I need, I'll get from myself.
But then again, I am so persistent and demanding on myself.
Yeah.
And I know you are just the same with it.
Absolutely.
I tend to be, As I told you before, I never take a no for an answer, and mostly it departs from my own personality. Not the fact that someone can control me or tell me, no, you cannot do that, or you can, or you cannot. But then I thought about this topic, and I said, okay, I expect too much out of myself. I am a very, very challenging person. But then I tend to put a bit of pressure on the people I love the most. Not expecting them to give me something in return. I expect them to see themselves through my eyes. And that is my expectation.
That's difficult to do.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
difficult to do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, when you expect lots of yourself, I have this maybe distorted slant on things. I don't think that you can expect too much. I think that you should always expect the best, that you should go for the top, maximize your abilities. And I don't think that's ever going to happen until the day that we die. So I don't think I'll ever maximize myself until I'm finished.
Why?
Because there's always something to learn tomorrow. I mean, my mind is always progressing. My education is always, I'm always learning. I'm always starving for education and awareness. I want to know more. So if I know more, then am I not going to be more? Am I not going to do more? Am I not going to know more about myself to be able to give more, to be able to, you know, express more? So as I give and express more, then I have more to give, and therefore I keep growing. I'm an entity that will continue to grow as I get older. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all of these things start to come. These characteristics start to build and embellish as we get older, and you know, we get better all the time. So if we're getting better, should we not be able to put a better product on the table? You know, so you know, in that respect, I believe I am where I should be right now. I don't judge or criticize myself and say I should be better. I just expect that out of myself I give the best that I can give. And I expect that of myself. I don't expect to give something I'm not capable of giving, because it's not in my power to give it. So why would I expect something that is now going to set me up and feel like a failure?
But do you think that expectations makes us a bit selfish sometimes with regards to who we are?
Again, you're going to ask the wrong person these questions, because
Yeah,
I don't.
that's
Yeah, because I don't. Because no, I don't believe it. You know, I don't believe. I believe, as I told you before, we were given this opportunity and this glimpse of a life. It's just a bat of an eyelash that we're here. Should we not do everything we possibly can to maximize our existence here? Not just for ourselves, you know, but for others. Now, I mean, I want to have a nice life and enjoy my life, but if it's going to come on the basis of just doing everything for me and me only, then I'm living a very shallow life. So my life is based upon trying to support and encourage and help others. That's how I feel good in my life. And so, you know, why would I minimize that? Do you sort of understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, you've got to go for everything. You can't settle. You can't.
You told me exactly what I wanted to hear, because of course the next 10 minutes or whatsoever there is left, I want to shift everything. Now I heard your point of view, which made me realize I had thought you would have answered me that way. What about those people who try to hurt us out of their own expectations? What do I mean with this? We meet people every day, new people every day. There's a lot of hate going on, but there is also a lot of love going on, which, as you taught me, sadly, most of the times the negativity takes over, because we are accustomed into a negative society. But people who try to harm us, in my own eyes, have no expectations out of themselves. Nothing, because when you try to harm someone, whatever it is, whatever it is, chase, I mean, even business-wise, whatever it is, when you try to do something like that to someone you know, For me, it's just you're a loser. You don't have any expectations. You don't agree?
No, I'm not going to say, no, I won't say it the way you said it. Not to say that what you're saying is wrong, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion, obviously. I have another slant on things, and even as much as people do what you're saying, and I have a right to feel anger or bitterness or even hatred towards people, I really don't feel it in the end, because deep down inside I start to pity the situation, you know? I start to feel, I don't want to say I feel sorry for them, I just feel, I feel sad that they haven't been able to find peace in themselves to just worry about their own life and to do what they need to do for themselves, rather than, you know, pushing on other people this negative stuff. So I mean, I don't know that it's that they don't have expectations. I just think that they're just not happy. They're just not happy in their own skin. You know, they're not happy unless they're causing struggle or strife, or maybe they're not happy if there isn't, you know, crazy commotion going on in their life, because that's what they're used to. And you know, silence is deafening to a person that was, you know, raised in fighting. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you live a certain way, you have to keep that going. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's expectations. I think maybe it's just that people just aren't happy, and so they just reflect that unhappiness on you.
Okay, this might be a repetitive question, but today I'm getting a lot of thoughts. What defines expectations for you? I mean, okay, it's personal, it's the way we are brought up, it's the way we develop, it's the way we grow up and turn into another personality, because we change every day. At least I do. Not every day, literally, but a year ago, I didn't have the same thoughts I have today and the same affirmations. Do expectations change as well?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, as you grow, as I said, as you grow and as you nurture. I mean, a year ago, look where you were. Look at the circumstances in your life at that moment in time, all that surrounded you. You have all of those things around you to influence your decisions and influence your moves and, you know, influence your desires. So as you change and learn and grow and do more things and experience other things that bring about other things, then of course...
I have to confess something to you. Sometimes I have an expectation. And I say, this is the biggest goal of my life. I strive, I work hard, and I do it. When I accomplish it, I look for the next bigger thing.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
That's good?
Absolutely. Because isn't that life? I mean, if you climb a mountain and when you're at the bottom of a mountain, you're looking up, you're saying, oh my goodness, look at the size of this mountain, but you know, this is my challenge. And so you struggle your way to the top. And when you get to the top and you look back, you say, look what I've accomplished. I did this, I did what I set out to do. Then you look forward and you realize there's another mountain in front of you, but it's higher. So you say, okay, I'll climb that one as well. I mean, that's the way we have to live, I think. I mean, we're going to digress in life. Where, you know, as we get older, we just shrink ourselves down. You know, like we have, even physically, we have these glands in our brain. You know, that when we're young, they're quite large because it's our learning. It's not the pineal gland, but it's these. You know, when we learn, we fill up our brain, and these glands, when they're not being used, they shrink. And ultimately, it's because we're not advancing our education, we're not advancing our life, we're not pushing energy into our body to keep ourselves sustained. And they showed that 100-year-old individuals, even older, had this gland still large because they were still running, they were learning different languages, they were going to school, and they were fueling their life with a life force, which is whatever the case is. So when you get complacent in life, if you get to a certain point, you say, oh, okay, I'm 35 years old and I've done everything I wanted to do, and that's it, your life is over pretty much, because you're going to slide straight downhill. You're not doing anything for anybody else. You're not advancing yourself. You're not pushing yourself to higher levels. You're not maximizing your potential. And that's essentially, I think, when the spirit in us dies. I mean, we need, as people, to advance. I mean, our cultures have advanced in so many ways. If you look at it in a positive way, we've advanced positive, and if you look at the negative, we've done the same. Isn't that our responsibility to carry the torch and take it forward? And not till I'm 40, next year, the year after, every year. And this is something that I watch even in yourself. In the short time I've known you, I'm amazed at the things that you do. And I sit back, and in a conversation I had just the other day, I said, this woman just really loves to give. And give unselfishly. And then I see your posts, you know, and I see what people say about you, and I go, they got you right. I mean, you shouldn't be getting 100 posts. You should be getting, you know, 400,000 posts. People need to know about you and what you're doing, because to give unselfishly and to put others in front of you in the sense of you want to lift them up, to give them a life that maybe you're fortunate enough to have, but they're not. I mean, that is what living is about. And in that, in the expectation to provide something great for someone else, selfishly, unselfishly, you're going to reap all the rewards anyway, because your heart is good, your heart is happy. I mean, I know you sleep at night peacefully, you know?
I do.
That's the thing.
I
mean,
thank you for that. I mean, I'm really grateful, but I just sum up everything because time is up. It comes natural with a mentor like you. And I really mean it.
No, not me.
And I really mean it, because what you said about me is right in your eyes and in your heart. And I thank you for being in my life.
Thanks.
Thank you ħafna tal-li innaqattu magħna għal din is-sezzjoni. Lejla emmet l-udeb. Kont qed nitkellem fuq l-expectations. Għandi expectations għal-lejla irridkom tgħinuni. Jiena għalija ma nitlob xejn, però lejla nixtieqkom li tkunu hemmhekk fit-8:30 hija edizzjoni speċjali ħafna qrib qalbi tal-programm ta' Mitludeb u nitlobkom tkunu miegħi l-lejla. Sal-lejla tisli tuħudu ħsieb nerġa' narakom dal-waqt.